Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you own based on, whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
At ease, it's your boy Soul Immortal. You know, brothers, today's wife type, you know, if we're honest with ourselves, today's wife type is yesteryears trash. Now, let me pause for a sec, brothers, because what I don't want you to think is that this is a bash video. If you're jumping on this video to bash and chant women this ain't the video, brothers. We don't move like that over here, right? You know, this is simply to talk about an issue to at least start the conversation on how to change things around going forward, right? But if we're honest with ourselves, today's wife type is yesteryear's trash. What do you mean, Soul? What I mean is, you know, in today's world, if a man is taking, a woman home to meet mama, right? Odds are that young lady is going to have, multiple sexual partners at that time. You know what I'm saying? In other words, she will have already gone through her whole phase. She will have already gone through a number of relationships, right? That's one. Two, odds are she will already have a child, if not multiple children, and possibly by more than one guy, right? Like, this is the new standard, right? Odds are that at some point this woman has placed pictures of herself, whether it's ass out, whether it's boobs out, online. So there will be some sort of footage of your woman online, pretty much half naked, whether it's on the ground, whether it's on the book, right? And I'm telling you, brothers, this is the new standard. Like this is the world we live in. Like this is the new wife type. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at let's go on the bigger scale of things. Let's look in the celebrity arena. Now, for some reason, everybody likes to bring up Russell and Sierra. And I'll be honest, bro. I'm actually happy for Russell. I look at how Sierra moves now. She's moving like a wife. I mean, she talks about taking care of her man. She talks about building a future with her man. She's having beautiful children with this man. She's done nothing that I've seen, since she's been with Russell to make me say, "Oh, brother, you moved wrong. You made a bad mistake." You know what I'm saying? I don't get why so many brothers are so concerned on why other men make choices they make. That baffles me. That baffles me to say, why is this brother, I don't get that. But from my standpoint, I think Russell made a solid, I think he made a solid decision. I think he got him a good one. The way she's moving, she's solid. But if you look at Sierra through the lens of 20 years ago, she would have been the bottom of the barrel 20 years ago. For Russell to take a Sierra to his mom and say, "You know what, mom, like, this is going to be the new wife. This is going to be who I'm going to build with." Mom would say, like, dang, like, she done been with a number of rappers. I mean, she got a baby by Future. Like who don't got a baby by Future in 2021? You know what I'm saying? And she would have said, this is the woman you finna jump the broom with? You know what I'm saying? So it's what I'm saying, brothers, it's a different standard than it was yesteryear. Look at Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane married Keisha Kior. I think I'm saying her name right. Now I'll be honest. For some reason, I didn't like her back in the days. I would see her on everybody's video. I didn't hate her. I was just like, man, she kind of wild. But I'll be honest, brother. I'll be honest. After I saw that video with Gucci and Charlamagne, where he was talking about how they move and stuff, right? After I saw a video where she was interviewed, where she was talking about how she takes care of him, and even though how they got all this money, she's like, I'm gonna be the one cooking for my man every day. And I believe now they've had a child, brother. When I look at them, I don't look at them and say, oh man, they used to be, you know, like this. She was like that. I look at them and I say, you know what, they have a good thing going, brothers. I look at them and say, you know what, man, I'm glad for Gucci, man. I think he's in a solid situation, you know. But 20 years ago, if you look at that scenario and Gucci was to take Keisha to go see his moms would be like, dang, bro, like, son, she done been on everybody video twerking. You know what I'm saying? She got kids living overseas or whatever the stuff. And I think when she just on the ground with her daughter, you know, on this little dance thing, I think that was her, man. I saw it, but I didn't really read the stuff. But I think that was her and her daughter doing this old ratchet, you know. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is 20 years ago, she would have been the bottom of the barrel. But now this is the type woman that we're making wife type. And I know a lot of you brothers are going to talk about this wall stuff. Oh, women move like that because they hit the wall. You know, this wall stuff, man, like I get it. I get it. But a lot of y'all brothers are using that. For example, if Jada Pinkett, if Regina Hall, if a lot of these women that are 50 plus, if a lot of these women came and knocked on your door today, you wouldn't be saying nothing about no wall. I know some women that are 40, 50, 55, 60 that are bad. That I know if they came and knocked on your door right now, you would be wall-less. So I'm tired of hearing about that wall stuff, right? But the thing is, we have to understand that it's a different era, wall or not. Look at Nipsey. Y'all know I love me some Nipsey Hussle, man. Look at Lauren London. Now, I will see Nip talk about Lauren after making all this music about, you know, how to move and women, all this stuff. I will see about the way he moved with Lauren. I will see the way, you know, she looked at him and how they conducted themselves and how they moved together and how they made the bag together and how they, you know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, that's a beautiful thing, man. Like I like the fact that Nip and Lauren are moving, you know, toward building something beautiful, right? But 20 years ago, if you would have took Lauren to mama now, she'd been like, baby, like don't she got a baby by Lil Wayne? It's like, who ain't got a baby by Lil Wayne? You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is we're living in a different world. We're living in a different world. And I asked myself, I said, well, how did it get like this, man? I said, how do we get to this point where the women of today, the way they move, you know, if I'm considering them the trash of yesterday, how do they get to wife type status? You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking on this, bro. And I think it all comes down to, you know, I mean, you can say it comes down to, I mean, you can put it on feminism, you can put it on whatever. But what I think it comes down to is everybody's chasing the bag. You know, out the bat right now, when you leave the house, whether it's 18, whether it's 21, whether you're male or female, whether you're black, white, green, or blue, everybody's on this chase the bag mission. Everybody's going toward degrees and get money and success and all this stuff. And I'll say this, brother, and I believe this wholeheartedly, and it's gonna sound misogynist or whatever. So I think that when women are put in positions where leadership is not present, but I believe they have the tendency to get reckless, to live life recklessly, man. I really believe that. And I think when when women start moving out at 18 and 21 and start pursuing success or started pursuing the street or whatever they started pursuing, when they left the house without being attached to some man, I think that was the beginning of it, brothers. I think that was the beginning of it. But because when you have these women that are 21, 23, 25, 26, and they're just out in the world without having that father figure in the household, without having that husband in the household, brother, I think they tend to make horrible decisions. They make horrible decisions. If you think about it, brothers, see, way back, man, it used to be like where a man was growing up, women were growing up, and a man would go out and start building his career or finding his craft or finding his trade or finding his purpose and passion. And the women were kind of just sitting at home, you know, still learning from mama, learning how to cook, learning how to sew and make gardens and all this stuff. And once a man got his life straight, he came back and he was looking for these solid women. These women that were, in many cases, were still virgins. Many women were still, just solid women. They weren't in the streets. And a man could find a wife. If you look back at the Alchemist and Fatima, there are no more Fatimas. There are no more women that once they become 18, 21, they're just sitting still, waiting on solid men to get their life right and come back and get them. The Fatimas are gone, brother. Because when men are out get building their life, women are out doing the same thing. And I'm telling you, when a woman is out just moving like that, without leadership in her life, without a father, without her being attached to a husband, a lot of times, not all, but a lot of times they have the tendency to move very reckless. You know what I'm saying? Think about the way our grandparents and parents used to move, right? Our grandparents, brother, they were getting married at like 14 and 15 years old. Like I'm telling you, brother, 100 years ago, 80, 85 years ago, it was common for a man. It was common for a man 18 to be marrying 14-year-old women. It was married for 2 kids to 16 years old to be getting married and moving and being married for the next, 80 years. You know what I'm saying? It was common. So you never had that. You never had that point in time. You never had that point in time where women had, that's this 10, 15 year hiatus of just wilding out. You know what I'm saying? Even our fathers, even our parents, the generation before me, they were getting married at 21, 22, 23. They were getting together, building a future. So that window of opportunity for women to just be living reckless, it wasn't the way it is today, brothers. It wasn't the way it is today. So I'm saying all that to say this, man. It can tend to contradict what I always say, because I always say, brother, that like purpose over everything, and that's never gonna change. A man has to put his purpose, his mission in life over everything. Over everything. But when you think about it, when a man is taking that time out to find his purpose, in other words, what I'm saying, if you're a young brother and you're 21, 22, 23, and you're at that place where it's like, you know what, I found me a solid woman, or I see myself amongst women that want to build with me now, right? And you're saying, hey, you know what? Well, I'm just going to pause. I'm going to find my purpose first, as you should. All I'm saying, brothers, is you have to know something. You have to understand that once you leave that pool to find your mission, when you turn 30 years old, when you turn 35 years old, when you try to turn back to go and find your Fatima, brother, I'm telling you, she will not be there. This type woman no longer exists. The new wife type, brother, you got to understand, she's going to have some bullet wounds. She's going to have some battle scars. She's going to have a plethora of men under her belt. She's going to have a large number of men to compare you to. You know what I'm saying? It's a good chance she's going to have a child already. It's a good chance she might have multiple children already. It's a good chance that you'll be able to see her at some point in her life on the gram twerking it up. You know what I'm saying? Ass out. So all I'm saying is this, brothers. All I'm saying is this. Just understand that we live in a different world. Understand that we live in a different world. Now, is that saying to settle? Hell to the no. I'm not saying that, a brother. What I'm not saying is, you know what, brothers? This is the plate we've been given. Let's feast on it. I'm not saying that. I just simply want you to understand what's taking place.